you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Hey folks, Garrett Fisher here. I need to tell you about this absolutely mind-blowing podcast, Acting President, that's been keeping me up at night. It's about James Bennett, a former governor starring in a hit Sunday night TV show about overthrowing the government, and then his actual former chief of staff approaches him to do it for real. The line between fiction and reality completely disappears when these course correction rallies start popping up everywhere. Is it brilliant marketing or something more sinister? The parallels are insane. Trust me, this is the political thriller you didn't know you needed in your life. Acting President, available now wherever you find podcasts.
Calaroga Shark Media.
Cardinal Rainer Maria Woelki of Cologne, Germany, expects the upcoming papal conclave to last longer than the relatively brief gathering that elected Pope Francis in 2013, the German prelate revealed Tuesday in Rome. "I hope for a short conclave, but I believe everything is possible," Woelki told EWTN Germany. "I expect it won't go as quickly as the last conclave, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. I would be happy about that." The 2013 conclave that elected Pope Francis lasted just 2 days, making it one of the shortest in modern history. This is white smoke, the path to a new pope. Woelki, who is participating in his second conclave, described a fraternal and cordial atmosphere among the cardinals currently gathered in Rome for the general congregations. The pre-conclave meetings where cardinals discuss church matters. Most of the cardinals haven't seen each other for a long time, and many are happy and have been happy to see each other again. "That was my experience too," Woelki said. The cardinal characterized the meetings as having a very concentrated, calm, factual working atmosphere, noting that despite differences in perspectives brought from various particular churches, with different cultures and mentalities, there is simply good cooperation. According to Woelki, the cardinals are addressing all the topics that are already of importance, including evangelization, and that theological deepening must take place with regard to synodality and the relationship between synodality and hierarchy. The discussions also cover broader societal challenges, including increasing secularization, the ethical implications of artificial intelligence, ongoing wars, societal and political polarization, and concerns about democracy's diminishing significance while autocracies appear to advance. Woelki emphasized that the conclave is not a church political event, but a spiritual event where cardinals seek to identify the candidate, also in prayer and under the guidance of the Holy Spirit, whom the Lord has appointed for this task. The cardinal is currently staying at the Domus Sanctae Marthae, where all cardinals participating in the conclave will reside once it begins. With a touch of humour, Woelki admitted he hoped not to be reassigned rooms before the conclave, saying he was too lazy, honestly, to pack everything again. The passing of Pope Francis has naturally prompted speculation about his eventual canonization, though history shows this is far from automatic. While 2 of the 5 popes preceding Francis have been declared saints, the path to sainthood has become increasingly selective over the Church's history. In the early Church, canonization of popes was nearly universal. 48 of the first 50 pontiffs were named saints. But today, only 80 of the 266 popes throughout history have received this highest honor, with another 11 having achieved beatification. The road to sainthood follows a rigorous process overseen by the Dicastery for the Causes of Saints, examining a candidate's holiness, writings, and spiritual impact. Those who pass initial scrutiny are declared venerable, then require verification of 2 separate miracles attributed to their intercession, one for beatification and another for canonization. Pope Paul VI, canonized in 2018, was the most recent pontiff to join the communion of saints, while John XXIII and John Paul II were both canonized in a historic joint ceremony in 2014. Modern canonizations have accelerated significantly, with the average time between death and sainthood dropping from 262 years to just over 100 years in recent papacies. This shift began when John Paul II reduced the waiting period to begin the canonization process to 5 years after death, a requirement that can be waived in exceptional cases, as it was for John Paul II himself following the widespread calls of Santo Subito, or sainthood now, at his funeral. However, this acceleration has raised questions about thoroughness, particularly after a 2020 Vatican report suggested John Paul II may have overlooked serious accusations against former prelate Theodore McCarrick, prompting some to wonder if his own canonization had been rushed.
Feeling overwhelmed, stressed, like life's moving too fast? Take a breath, take 5 minutes, and take stock of all you have to be grateful for. I'm Olivia, and I invite you to join me for 5 Minutes of Gratitude, the podcast that transforms your outlook in the time it takes to drink your morning coffee. Together, we'll explore the power of thankfulness. From life's big blessings to its smallest joys, we'll discover how gratitude can change everything. 5 Minutes of Gratitude, because a thankful heart is a happy heart. Follow 5 Minutes of Gratitude now wherever you get your podcasts, and let's start our gratitude journey together.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to calaroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the Uninterrupted Listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to calaroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
Hi, White Smoke listeners. Just thought you might want to check out our podcast, Question of Faith. We'll be talking about what it was like to attend Pope Francis's funeral and what the next papal conclave might look like. I'm Deacon Mike Hayes. I'm joined by Father Damian Ferentz. We're in the Catholic Diocese of Cleveland. Father Eric Garris was at Pope Francis's funeral. He'll be our guest, and we'll talk about how other prognosticators are sizing up the candidates who could be the next pope. Will he be like Pope Francis, or will he be the exact opposite of him? Someone's going to look pretty stupid when the white smoke appears. You can see us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Each day we'll take a look at one of the candidates to be the next pope. Cardinal Matteo Zuppi is considered to be a favorite of Pope Francis. Cardinal Zuppi has been president of the Episcopal Conference of Italy since May 2022. The 69-year-old was made a cardinal by Francis in 2019 and has since been sent on a number of global trips. He went on a peace mission to Ukraine, where he met President Volodymyr Zelensky, but not Russia's Vladimir Putin. And he went to the United States to meet the then President Joe Biden. Prior to being a cardinal, Mr. Zuppi shared his positive view of the LGBT+ community when he wrote in an essay in James Martin's 2018 book, building a bridge un ponte de construir, that it would be useful for encouraging dialogue, as well as reciprocal knowledge and understanding, to adopt a new pastoral approach towards our LGBT brothers and sisters. Cardinal Zuppi has gained significant experience in international diplomacy through his various peace missions on behalf of Pope Francis. These diplomatic efforts have positioned him as someone who could effectively represent the Church on the global stage, addressing complex political situations with a nuanced approach that balances Catholic values with pragmatic engagement. His leadership within the Italian Church has given him valuable administrative experience, overseeing one of the largest and most influential episcopal conferences in the Catholic world. Zuppi's management style emphasizes collegiality and consultation, reflecting the synodal approach that Pope Francis sought to establish during his papacy. Cardinal Zuppi's background in the community of Sant'Egidio, known for its peace initiatives and work with the poor, has shaped his pastoral priorities. His commitment to social justice and reaching out to marginalized communities makes him appealing to cardinals who believe the Church should emphasize its mission to serve those in need while maintaining doctrinal integrity. We'll continue to have daily updates for the foreseeable future. Please join us every Sunday for our regularly scheduled episode of White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope, where we explore humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power. White Smoke is a production of Calaroga Shark Media. Executive producers John McDermott and Mark Francis.
In Washington, D.C., power flows through information. But what happens when the most sensitive military intelligence in the world ends up on the wrong phone? In the halls of power, a national security advisor makes a fatal miscalculation. On the other side of the world, a special forces team walks into a perfectly orchestrated trap. When the dust settles, 4 American soldiers are dead, 3 more captured. And the most catastrophic intelligence breach in modern history is just beginning to unravel. Signal Lost, a 6-part podcast thriller about betrayal, courage, and the devastating consequences of a world where even our most guarded communications are never truly secure. When everyone is listening, nowhere is safe. Signal Lost. Available wherever you get your podcasts.